Okay, beautiful Wednesday afternoon to you. You're welcome to another edition of the program, Sport Rendezvous on AdabaFM. My name is Olasukunmi Elujuba, and of course, we're going to start from today a new sheriff in town for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I'll tell you all you need to know about him, and of course, let us develop West Ham United. Yes, they are shopping for a new manager. And the press conference for the manager was just caught off on him. So we'll talk about that. What happened yesterday for Arsenal against Newcastle. And Arteta is actually blaming the ball for the missed opportunities, missed finishes for Arsenal. Is that really so? So we come to that on the program today. But let's just kick off with this one coming from the Nigeria Football Federation. Yes, they've been window shopping for who becomes the substantive manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And this time around, it's going to be a 47-year-old Malian French head coach, a Malian French tactician. How far will he take the Super Eagles of Nigeria? It was appointed yesterday, or let me say, it was confirmed yesterday as the man who will lead the Super Eagles of Nigeria, at least for the next few years. Since the resignation of Josep Pesero sometimes in March 2024, now this is the third person that will be in charge of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And he's not a person but Eric Chelle. He's a Malian French tactician. You would be right if you put it like that. So recommendations were made to the Nigeria Football Federation. The executive committee of the Nigeria Football Federation actually endorsed the recommendation of the tactical and development subcommittee for the appointment of Eric Seko Chelle as head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, becoming the third person. That was after the resignation of Josep Pesero, the Portuguese tactician who led Nigeria to finish second at the Ivory Coast Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. The host nation actually won that edition of the tournament. So now, NFL President Ibrahim Gusso did say that Chelle will his work will begin immediately with the home-based Eagles that are talking about the CHAN for the 2024 African Nations Championship in Tanzania. So Kenya and Uganda, where Nigeria will be competing with 17 other countries from February the 1st through to the 28th for the CHAN tournament. And of course, the Super Eagles beat him as we speak. They are in Ikene Remo, the home of Remo Stars. That's where they are camping under the tutelage of Remo Stars head coach Daniel Ogumodede. He is currently being assisted by Fidelis Ilechukwu, who is also the head coach of Rangers International of Enugu. Olatunji Barua is the goalkeeper trainer. So they're working together with the CHAN team. And of course, Chelle will take over from there. So for Chelle, he has won 5 caps for the Aiglons of Mali and coached the clubs such as GS Consolat, FC Manteguis, Bologna, and FC Oran. And he has been the head coach of the Aiglons since 2022. So at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations finals, Chelle Mali came very close to a place in the semi-finals, losing to host and eventual winner Ivory Coast after extra time, and after leading by a lone goal until the final minute of regulation time. So another work cut out for him would be guiding the Super Eagles to earn a ticket for the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals, with the team currently languishing in the 5th place in their qualifying group ahead of next round of matches taking place in March. So will he be able to do that, to lead Nigeria to the FIFA World Cup? That's not immediate task as we speak, but one of the tasks in hand for him. But almost immediately is the Chan tournament that is kick starting on the 1st of next month through to the 26th. So let's see how far it will go with the home-based Eagles, and from there we can really judge. Let's say, okay, we can look forward into the future and see if really there will be positives or there's something really of much concern for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So he was born on the 1st of November 1977. For you that do not know, Eric Sekochele is a professional football manager and a former player who played as a central back, born in Ivory Coast to a French father and a Malian mother. So he made 5 appearances for the Mali national team. So he's a French Malian tactician we've got with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So I talked briefly about his managerial career now. In 2024, he was an assistant manager between 2014 to 2016 with GS Consolat. And in 2016 to 2017, he became the substantive manager at GS. So I'm talking about Sele's managerial career, which actually started in 2014 as assistant manager with GS Consolat. He went on to become the head coach of Consolat for 2016 through to 2017, and in 2017 he also became FC Matigu's manager. In 2021 he joined Boglon, and 2022 to 2024 he was Mali's national team coach, and it took them to Africa Cup of Nations. And 2024 to 2025, the two-third MC around. And now, the head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 2025 to when? We really do not know, but performance and time will tell. Now, from here, let's take a leap into the future. Now, let's take a look at his managerial career so far since 2014, even till now, that he's taken charge immediately as the head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He's already in Nigeria. In May 2021, he was appointed head coach of US Boulogne. He was dismissed by Boulogne on the 11th of December 2021, that same year, after the club gained 3 points in proceedings in preceding 10 games. In 10 games, he managed 3 points. So he was there for how many months? About 7 months. He was fired. In 2022, Chale was appointed manager of Mali. He was dismissed on the 13th of June 2024. Okay. And on January 7, 2025, Seko Chale was announced by the Nigeria Football Federation as head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And the announcement was greeted with widespread resistance and criticism by Nigerian football fans who labeled Chale as a French League 2 veteran. Okay, he was fired. 2 previous jobs. Most recently, he was fired. Mali fired him. Will he be fired in Nigeria also? But let's just keep our fingers crossed and see exactly how things will eventually pan out for him. You never can tell. Okay, from September 17, 2016 to June the 30th, 2017 at GS Consolat, Chale actually played 30 games as a head coach. 30 games out of 30, he won 16, he drew 6, and he lost 8 games. That's 53.33% win percentage for him. Now, for FC Matigas, on the 1st of November 2017 through to the 10th of May 2021, he played 80 games, 35 wins, 24 draws, and 21 defeats. That's an average of 43.75% win for him. And with Bolong, On the 21st of May 2021, he was appointed as a new manager. He was sacked on the 11th of December 2021. 16 games in charge, 2 wins, 5 draws, and 9 defeats. That's a win rate of 12.50%. And with Mali national team, from the 6th of May 2022 through to the 13th of June 2024, 22 games in charge of Mali. Now, 14 wins to his credit, 5 draws and 3 defeats. 14 wins, 5 draws, 3 defeats. That's 63.64% win ratio for him. With FC Oran, 9th October, 7 games in charge, 2 wins, 1 draw, 4 defeats, 28.57% win percentage for him. Now Nigeria, yet to play. All fingers very crossed. So in total, as a manager, he has played 148 games in charge. Yes, 148 games, 67 wins, 40 draws, and 41 defeats. To the credit of Seko Chele, new head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Wow. Okay, we've got to move ahead. Let's leave the Nigerian national team. But mind you, managerially, for national teams, there is sort of changes. With the La Blues of France, Didier Deschamps, he has been in charge for so many years. He won the World Cup. But I think an end is coming to that era for the La Blues of France. So let me take you through that. Okay, before I do that, let me take you to to the Asian country. Now, Indonesia, that's where I'm going exactly. A new manager, a new sheriff in town for them as well. Now, Indonesia have named former Netherlands and Barcelona striker Patrick Kluivert. Now, new head coach for Indonesia, Patrick Kluivert. He replaces South Korean coach Shin Tae-yong and will look to qualify his new side for the expanded 48-team World Cup in 2026. So Kluivert, who won the Champions League with Ajax and played in the Premier League for Newcastle, has signed a 2-year contract with the option of an extension. So the Southeast Asian nation have only previously qualified for the tournament once, playing in the 1938 edition while they were still the Dutch East Indies. So the Dutchman's first assignment will be a third qualifying round tie with Australia in March, with 2 countries from their 6-team group reaching the World Cup automatically, and a further 2 heading into a further round. Indonesia, who are 127th ranked in FIFA rankings, sit 3rd in the group after 6 of 10 games. Kluivert last managed a team in 2023 when he took charge of Turkish side as the head coach of the La Blues of France. France World Cup winning manager Didier Deschamps says he will step down after next year's tournament in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. He is 56. France's longest serving coach, having been in charge since 2012. He led La Blues to victories in the 2018 World Cup in Russia, as well as reaching the finals of the 2022 tournament in Qatar and Euro 2016 on home soil. He said, and I quote now, in 2026 it will be over. In my head it's very clear that according to the champ, I've done my time with the same desire and passion to maintain France at the highest level. So one has to be able to say stop, there is life after this. The most important is for France to stay at the top and stay and they have been for many years. He spoke in French, but that's just it. His exact words now. So, an era since 2012, 2026, it will be coming down. France have yet to begin their 2026 World Cup qualifying campaign with the group dependent on the results of their Nations League quarterfinal against Croatia in March. And from a midfielder, the champ is only the third man after Mario Zagallo and Frank Beckenbauer to win the World Cup as both player and manager have captained his country to glory in 1998. He succeeded Laurent Blanc after France's quarterfinal exit at Euro 2012 and secured qualification for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, where the Blues were beaten and eventual champions Germany in the last 8. So much to say about him. Well, we can only wish France national team, the Blues, all the best. Now, still talking about managerial issues now. In the English for West Ham, they are window shopping for new manager, and they've been in talks with quite a number of people. One of them is Graham Potter. After a successful stint with Brighton, and there is every possibility that he might just be the man that West Ham United might be turning their attention to. But for West Ham, they still have a manager there yet to fire him. But just this afternoon, they cancelled a planned news conference with head coach Julian Lopetegui, with the Spaniard future at the club looking increasingly uncertain. But if you don't want him, why still keeping him? So he is 58 and was due to speak to the media today before the FA Cup third round tie with Aston Villa on Friday. However, he did take training with the players in the morning. It comes amid expectation Lopetegui will be sacked, with the Hammers holding talks with former Brighton and Chelsea boss Graham Potter, like I told you earlier, over replacing him initially on a short-term deal. Former AC Milan boss Paulo Fonseca and ex-PSG manager Christophe Galtier, now head coach in Qatar, have both been spoken to by West Ham. However, the believer from both camps is Potter will get the job, and Lopetegui have been on the brink of being dismissed prior to last month's home game with Wolves, but victory in that match triggered a 4-game unbeaten run, West Ham's best run of the season so far. However, a 5-0 defeat by Liverpool, followed by a 4-1 loss to Manchester City, has left the club 14th in the table, 7 points above the relegation zone. And now they are rethinking it. Lopetegui, every possibility he moves, but almost certain he will be fired. And Graham Potter taking charge as the next manager of West Ham United. Now, it was not expected, it was not a good night, for us now, just yesterday. Yes, it is the Carabao Cup. The one many Manchester United celebrated last season. But it's insignificant to some managers as well. So, Arsenal were on the receiving end just yesterday. Newcastle defeated Arsenal by 2-0. 1 goal each in both halves, and Arsenal couldn't respond. They had beautiful chances, but Gabriel Martinelli led the unfortunate night for Arsenal. A sitter 1-1. He blew it away. He couldn't convert it. And Kai Havertz, I think it was on 2, 3, 4 occasions as well. He also put it away. Captain Martin Odegaard was also guilty of that. He couldn't convert his chances as well. But Mikel Arteta has come up to say the ball is to be blamed. Okay, so many excuses, okay? But Newcastle, they have a hand already. Or let me say, they have one leg in at the Wembley final. It's going to be between the winner of the game between Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur over 2 legs that will also be facing either Newcastle or Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta did believe that Arsenal can still turn it around. And that game will not come up. The second leg will not come up until February. So let's see how things are pan out. Arsenal has not been the same since the injury of Bukayo Saka. That tells us that the club is heavily reliant on Bukayo Saka. And we have this report this afternoon as well that Arsenal might just be interested in Mboma. That's a Brentford striker. But securing his services this winter might not be possible, but maybe in the summer it's also a possibility. Now, Borussia Dortmund and Juventus have joined AC Milan in weighing up a move for Manchester United's out of favour English forward Marcus Rashford, and I can tell you he is not in training today. Rashford did not train today, and his agent is in Italy to talk out a deal, possibility of a deal with the Italian club. It could be AC Milan, but most likely AC Milan on a loan, and Manchester United are willing to let him go on loan and a clause of a possible buy in the summer included in that contract. So Marcus Rashford most certainly heading towards the exits at the Old Trafford Stadium. Is it a good riddance? What? Manchester United fans will be there to answer that. And Manchester City are very much interested in a deal to sign 25-year-old Egypt forward Omar Mamouche, who is valued at £50 million by Frankfurt. Although Frankfurt is yet to receive any offer from the citizens. Kobe Maino might also be another player. He's 19. Heading towards the exits from the Old Trafford. Not only him, Kobe Maino, as well as Alejandro Garnacho, they might be heading out. But Chelsea very much interested in Kobe Maino. Will he fit in? Okay. Endo Maresca will have answer to that. Thank you very much for being a part of the show today. I've enjoyed working with everyone in here, and thank you also very much for joining us on Facebook. We saw your comments. Thank you. Ayo is also here. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same station, God willing. Until then, my name is Ola.